Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I get to share with you a project using a stamp set from LDRS Creative. This is called Beautiful Blooms, and I'm also going to be using a paper pack called Sincerely Yours for my project today. So we're going to jump in and get started. I'm going to start off by doing some stamping. I'm going to be using the LDRS Creative Raven ink. It's a little mini ink cube that came in the Cobblestone mini ink cube set. I'm going to stamp my floral images. This one I stamped twice, and then the larger one, it's not the biggest one in the stamp set, but the largest flower with the stem, I stamped that just once. But I'm going to zoom in, grab my Copic markers, and I am going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to play a little music while I color. I left the caps out for you guys and also listed the color and numbers up in the top left for you. But when I'm done coloring, I will catch you back. Okay, coloring is done. Now I'm going to take my scissors and fussy cut each one of my flowers out. And when I finished fussy cutting, I want to show you that I left a longer stem. This is going to help me. I'm going to do a little bit of tucking behind a frame, and so that's going to help me with the tucking, make it a little bit easier. Okay, I grabbed a couple pieces of the pattern paper from the Sincerely Yours paper pack. The plaid one I trimmed down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. Next, I'm going to be using the Scalloped Rectangle Die Set, and I'm going to create a frame with 2 of the dies. This is a real pretty die set. I really love it. I'm going to cut out a frame with my second piece of pattern paper. Now for the inner piece, I wanted those little polka dot or the decorative edges on the inside frame to really stand out. And so I'm going to add it to a piece of white cardstock. This way you can see the white behind there versus the plaid paper. I'll just use my glue, and we're going to place our inside piece of the frame directly on our plaid paper there. And I've kind of arranged my flowers the way I want them to sit inside my frame. Before we add foam tape to our frame, we're going to stamp our sentiment. For today's card, I chose You Make Me Happy. Happy's in a really pretty font, and then You Make Me is in a block font. I really like when they switch up the fonts on sentiments. I think it's just very versatile. So once I have my sentiment stamped, I'm going to lift up my frame. We're going to add a little bit of tape to the corners. This way we can tack down our flowers right behind our frame. And I kind of want them overhanging on the front of it just a little bit. Any excess overhanging I'm just going to trim off. And then we'll go ahead and add our foam tape behind there. This helps secure our little flowers behind there too when you add foam tape. Now, before we adhere this to our panel, we're going to go ahead and take our tape runner and adhere this to our card base. I'm just going to place that right in the center. Lovely. Now we can remove the release paper, and we'll go ahead and add this in the center of our card base as well. Lovely. Love the softness of the pinks. Now for bells and whistles, I went in with some Nouveau Jewel drops. These are White Blizzard. And I'm going to add a few little white dots on the inside where my sentiment is. And then after we add that, I did decide to take my white gel pen and add a few little white dots on the inside of my flowers. This is just going to help them stand out, and in the close-up pictures you'll be able to see what it looks like. I'm going to adjust this bottom flower just a little bit carefully because my Nuvo drops are still a little bit wet. But I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle with my aqua shimmer pen, and then that completes my card for today, guys. Super duper easy, but I think those flowers are just gorgeous. I thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a lovely rest of the day, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.